It's time. It has arrived. The time has arrived.
I don't do the agenda. I don't know what we're doing.
Do you know where you are?
No.
That's right. House of God is starting their podcast. People have been asking us for years, and it's finally here, and we're so excited. Yes. We're not going to be reviewing Drag Race. Sorry. But the world is on fire, and everything is exhausting. So we decided, you know what? The time of the mother is done.
Done.
Over. Period. It is now the time of the aunties.
Unofficial and otherwise.
So join us every week as we answer your questions. Yes, you can write to Dear God and ask us anything you want, and we are here for you.
Dear God, where can they write that?
Oh, they can write it anywhere they want, but if they want to reach us, you can write it wherever you want, really. Let's be real.
If you put it in your diary, it's probably good for you, but I don't know that we'll get the message.
And if you want to reach us, you go onto our website, houseofgod.com, and you can ask all your queries.
Queries.
So, House of God, Uma, how do we spell God?
G-A-H-D. The HD goes together like high definition.
Or
like hot damn.
Or if you're a gourmet like me, like hot dog.
Hot dog. Make me want a hot dog real bad. That's a reference.
It is.
I'm pretty sure that you all know who we are, but just in case any of you are tumbling across a drag queen advice column YouTube podcast by accident, I figure we might as well let you know, House of God, who that is. So I am Selma Gahd, and I am everybody's favorite unofficial auntie and star of Canada's Drag Race Season 5. I have been doing drag for 11 years now. Yeah, over 11 years now. And I am a former preschool teacher. I am an old soul. And by that, I mean I'm deeply out of touch with the kids. But we're trying.
Are we?
Not really.
You're like, your most recent song is from like 10 years ago. It's not true.
I listened to a chaperone.
You listened to a chaperone? That's true. That's true. And I am Selma Gahd. I was not on Drag Race, but I am... I'm the mistress of business. I'm the supreme of the Montreal coven. I am your motivational monster because, yes, I will scream at you until you feel better. Listen, sometimes you just got to be real with people to get them to move forward. I'm not going to mollycoddle and say nice things to you just because you want to hear them. I'm going to say nice things to you when you deserve them. So you better deserve them.
She's also actually a nice person. Just want to clear that up for everybody.
Sometimes. Most of the time. I'm just really angry right now. Have you seen The World?
So Selma's energy generally is, as the motivational monster, is that she tends to be the kind that's going to like look you right in the eyes and be like, do you understand how incredible you are? Say it. Say I'm incredible. Never forget that. Do you understand? So like, I don't know what that is. That's like aggressive positivity.
Yeah. Aggressive love.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? You're going to feel good in the end. That's what matters.
It's not that kind of podcast.
It's not? Oh, it could be. Not on YouTube.
not if we want to be monetized.
So yes, we are the House of God, which is Montreal's most divine drag house and, just a production company. We've done theater. We have 6 plays under our belt that have traveled all over the world, been in different festivals and theaters. That's actually how we started in drag, was through theater.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of a strange parkour. We're not doing that. Sorry. It's not happening.
But so, we are here to give you some advice about anything you want to talk about. We're going to do our best. And just in case it wasn't clear,
this advice
is for entertainment purposes only. Anything within this podcast is not reflective of the House of God or its sponsors here, now, in perpetuity, throughout the universe, for all time, etc., etc. E pluribus unum, habeas corpus, and also Pikachu.
Thank you. People will be wondering, Uma, why are you qualified to give us advice? And I'll tell those people, 1, we're old. 2, we're queer. 3, we're drag queens with microphones.
And that's all it takes.
But for real, people ask me frequently, and we're going to touch on this very briefly, but people ask me all the time, like, oh, you're getting older. Don't you feel older, aging, wrinkles? I'm like, you know what? I'm happy I'm getting older. I'm happy I'm aging. I have the privilege of getting older. And we're going to get serious for a second here, because in the queer community, we lost a whole generation of queer elders to the AIDS epidemic. So I feel very excited to be in a world now where we get to be an older generation to a younger generation, and we get to all be in this mess together because, but you know what? At least, give me your hand. We're together.
And also for those, like, that's mostly relating to Selma. But if anyone was to ask me why I'm qualified to give advice, I'm not. I'm going to do it anyways because I'm a drag queen. I can do what I want. I like to pretend.
Well, yeah, I mean.
Because we're all born unqualified and the rest is drag.
Ooh. Facts are facts. This is true. This is the tea mama.
That's the tea mama, hunty queen, boots 10, queen the house down. Whoa!
Or Trixie. So, Uma, on our very first episode of Dear God, we are going to dive into an age-old question that all the queers have. Am I a failure?
Failure in my computer? It's more likely than you think.
But before we get to that, let's warm up. Let's get our brains tingling. Let's get our thought process going. Let's get our advice brains prepared.
It's okay.
Okay. These are questions that were actually submitted by our audience. So
Okay.
we put stories up on our Instagram, TikTok, and all that jazz. And these are like already real user submitted questions. Okay. So we got this one, Uma, and I feel like we have to address it because you were on Drag Race season 5.
I swear to God, if you're gonna ask me why my makeup looks like this, I'm gonna be so mad.
No, we'll do another series of videos for that.
A series of videos about why I look like this.
And then your makeup inspirations
Okay.
and the products you use, and then maybe another series of why do you have brown lines there?
Perfect. Okay. So what was the question?
So the little warm-up question is, how long have you been together?
Aww.
Yes. So for you that don't know, I did appear on Drag Race very briefly as my younger male presenting self.
Yeah. So the thing about this question is that we think we know the answer.
Listen, what we know is that it's been more than 5 years.
Yes.
More than 10.
Yes.
Actually, more than 2 decades.
Yes. It's been more than 2 decades. See, because we've been together for a very long time, and over all of those years, at some point we missed 1 or 2.
Yeah, and then I like to slightly exaggerate things just a little bit every time I mention them.
So like when it was 8 years, it was already 10 years. So
Well,
then by the time it was 10 years, it was 12 years. But then we realized, so then we brought it back 1, and then we carried the 2, we multiplied by a fraction. And so we lost a couple of years at one point, and then now we think we've got it.
Well, we know it's either 21 or 22. We're just bad at math.
Who'd have thought?
Thanks, Michaela.
Well, I failed math in high school, so I don't know what to tell you.
So we've been together for a very long time. Actually, for longer than a lot of people we work with at the clubs have been alive. Yeah. So if you have any relationship questions, I mean, we're welcome to answer them. Yes, we are welcome. It's our podcast. We can answer whatever we want. If ever you have relationship advice you would like to get, your aunties are here for you. But let's not dive too deeply into how old we are, because this is just the appetizer question for this week. If you want to know more about how old I am, check out my series Countdown to My Midlife Crisis. Okay, so Uma, Is your advice brain locked in?
The machine has been activated. I just don't know how well it's traveling.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out. We teased you a little bit. The first question for today is, am I a failure? But there's a bit more context, okay?
Okay.
I said people were able to write to us to ask their questions. So I have it in my little device here. I'm going to go get it for us.
So that people were sending us these questions by NGL. Is that what it's called?
Yes, because we just put it in our Instagram stories, but now we're going to have a section on our website for it.
So we might put some more up in our stories.
People asked us their questions in our Instagram stories for the very first edition, which you're watching right now, because we weren't fully set up. But now we're going to have a section on the website. So if you're watching and you want questions about anything, advice, favorite recipes, it can be silly, it can be serious. Your aunties are here for you, no matter what your question is. Okay, you ready for the question of the episode, Uma?
Okay.
After 5 months of prepping for nursing school, I decided it wasn't for me. I haven't picked out a new major since, but I've been trying to apply for jobs. My goal is to hold down my first job, get stable with that, then start looking into potential majors again. Am I a failure?
Okay. When we sent out this message for like, do you want advice from us? I was expecting most of it to be, how do I glue down my eyebrows or whatever. So this is like, okay, this is a thoughtful question.
Yes, and there's layers to it.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first because you're the nice one.
Oh no. All right, so just right off the bat, absolutely not a failure. No way, not no how. All right. Dropping out of a program when you haven't finished it is not the end of the world. If anything, the way I like to see it is that you didn't fail at nursing. You succeeded at knowing that nursing was not for you.
Ooh, philosophy.
Reframing, okay?
Okay.
Because all any of us is doing as we grow is that we are learning about how to succeed as the person we are. So even when things don't go the way we planned, it's not necessarily like, oh God, it's over, it's the end of my life. It's just another opportunity for you to know yourself better. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, what is it called? The sunken cost fallacy.
Oh, you're getting technical. We're getting technical, folks.
There's a big brain under this wig.
Strap in.
It's not my usual one, but it's there. It's in the wig. So the sunken cost fallacy is the idea that like you put so much money into something that you feel obligated to see it through to the end, even though in the end, you know that you will have spent more money than it's worth and more money than it will make. And so that's why a lot of us feel like it's a failure to drop out of school, because we think like, oh my God, I spent all these like all this money on the textbooks, and I did a stage, and I had to pay for my tuition and all this time, and people have expectations of me, so I have to see it through. That's where you end up with miserable people in jobs that they hate.
If you hate your job, leave a comment.
Yeah.
Tell us why.
And how many of you is it because you feel like you got told you had to do it and you followed through and then now you regret that decision? So this is what I'm saying is that the sunken cost fallacy, we feel like we have to finish it even though we know that in the end it's not going to be worth it. And that's how you end up with people who hate their jobs. And I'm sorry, but nursing, that's one of those jobs where you cannot hate your job. If you hate your job, you're putting other people at risk.
Yeah, and also the schedule is not easy. The job is emotionally taxing. Like, it's a job that's really difficult, right? So I would hope that you have a passion for it on top of being good at it. Hopefully both. But yeah, I do agree with Uma where you're saying like it might not be worth it in the end, right?
Because like there's a version of me, the worst version of me that you will ever meet is me at the airport.
Which is where you always meet fans.
Which is the number one place that we run into fans.
Every time we take the plane, at like, it's like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., Uma's wearing a giant hoodie, like leggings or sweatpants, and you're grumpy and you're sitting sunk in your chair. That's when someone recognizes you. Not when you're glamorous and shopping and...
No. But You know what? If you see us in an airport, please come say hi. I'm just letting you know that if I happen to turn around and go...
It's not you, it's her.
It's not you, it's me. So the reason I'm saying this is that the people that work at the airport have to realize that they are going to see people at their absolute worst. Yeah. And as a nurse, you are going to see people at their worst, because they're confused, they're in pain, they're frustrated, they're scared, all that stuff.
And they're dependent on you.
And they're dependent on you.
So there's like an extra layer of responsibility there.
So like shout out to the nurses and health practitioners in the audience.
And the airport workers.
And the people who have to, put up with me at the airport. But so all I'm saying is that you're doing the right thing by recognizing that it's not for you. It's good for you to know that, and it's good for like it's an acknowledgement that is healthy for you and also the right choice for the general public.
Wow. And you were like, this question's going to be too thinky thoughty for me. I'm not sure if I can do it.
I'm just full of surprises.
Yes. Okay, so I agree with everything you've said. However, listen, your question is, are you a failure? Objectively, you are, because you failed. You dropped out. You didn't do the thing. You are a failure. But why is that a big deal? Why do we act like failing is morally wrong? Like failing is something that makes us bad person or makes us stupid or makes us inept. Failing is how you get to success. Failing is how you move to the next thing. Failing is how you figure out that maybe it's not for you. Failing is how you know that it's time to do something else, or it's time to work harder, or it makes you reevaluate. Is this really something I'm willing to sacrifice X, Y, Z for? It makes you take a step back, focus, and move forward, right? Failure is part of that moving forward. Moving forward is not a trajectory that is a perfect line. If it was, well, we'd all be rich kids that don't care if they fail.
Because what do they say? Failure is the first step to succeeding.
Absolutely. And I do strongly believe that.
And then fail better. Every time you fail better.
Take a bigger risk.
Sure.
Right? Well, listen, I'm going to give you an example that's like about us. For example, maybe, potentially.
E.g., quid pro quo.
So this isn't about school necessarily, but it's about failing. And we work in the arts field, and it's a creative field that is very underpaid, with a lot of people that want to get attention and not a lot of money on the market, right? Because like there is limited amounts of people that want to see the art we do and they consume it and throw money at us. We're in a field that is very competitive, and we've been putting on shows. We've been producing. So Uma's been on Drag Race, but Uma's been doing drag for over a decade, and we've done a lot of things. We've hosted shows on the biggest festival stages. We've been all over the country, all over the world, actually. We're very, very blessed. But that's because we work very, very hard. And not everything we've done has been a success, right? And some shows that we've produced over the years, like we had monthly cabarets that we canceled and rebranded and changed, and like they lasted for 4 years. And after 4 years, we're like, oh, maybe this project isn't drawing in as many people anymore. Maybe it's time we reinvent it. Maybe it's time we change it. Maybe it's time we bring the show somewhere else, or have a new concept, or new guests, or a new time slot, or whatever it is, right? Because technically, that means we failed. The show stopped being a success. The event stopped being a success. But it doesn't take away that the things we did were good, that people enjoyed it for all those years, or that what we did was fun. It doesn't take away the value of it because we failed. So I think the biggest thing for me when I hear people talking about failure is that it's okay. It's actually good to fail, and it's not a bad thing. So maybe take that weight off. And I think my question for you, because I don't know who you are, is maybe, do you feel this way because other people are putting pressure on you? Because that's a whole other discussion.
Oh yeah, and I mean it realizing that part of what you've. We're gonna do a mashup of our answers.
Wiki.
Remix. Basically, what I think you should take away from this is that some people are gonna see this as a failure. But just like our shows, like you said, eventually, if they stopped being a success, we stopped doing them. We pivoted to do something else. But one, there's a whole lot of great memories, a lot of really great experiences that came from those shows. And then the final come out, like the final takeaway from them was not that, oh, it didn't work. It's that now we know better what our audience wants to see, what we want to do. So like you, if you feel like, oh God, this feels like a failure, I don't really necessarily think that it's a failure, but that's, between the two of us, there's options.
See it how you see fit.
Exactly. But if that's how you're feeling, like that might have been something that you failed at, but now you also, just like we did, you know yourself better. You're going to know where you should be heading a little bit better. And if you don't, like you said, you were thinking of finding some full-time work, and then going for a master's afterwards. So like you're taking the time to figure out how to do it in a way that you hope will work better next time. So like, I think that that's completely fair. I will say, going back to school after you've already started a job is hella hard. It's really difficult. It can break your momentum a little bit, especially, I don't know, these are anonymous, so we have no idea who we're talking to. But, if you're somebody who is just like this, nursing school is what you started right out of high school, and then now you're kind of like, what do I do? You've been in school your whole life, and then you went into school, and now you're thinking about stopping that, getting back again. It can be hard. So I'm only telling you this so that way you're prepared for that, so that way you don't get caught up in a job that you think, oh, it's just for now. And then, a decade later, you're like, it's just for now? Like, if you're happy there, stick with it. But if you really are like, I want to go back to school, I want to get a master's, I want to get a diploma, I want to get experience, whatever. Keep it on the vision board. Make sure that you're heading towards that as your goal. And, try to be flexible, but just be realistic about whether or not it's working for you. You already did that. So like, you're already good at that. So.
Yeah. And I think that ties into like the second part of that question. There is school. Okay. Because yes, there's the aspect of failure here, but there is the reality of schooling. And let's be very real. Schooling in Canada versus schooling in the States versus schooling in Europe, the way the system is set up has a big impact. The way the system is set up for you is going to change how you feel and the pressure you have. Because if I was going to the States for school and it cost me $50,000 a semester, it wouldn't be the same as if I live in a country like Canada or Northern Europe countries that have free education where you can adapt and you can invest in yourself and grow and learn and take that opportunity to be like, okay, this is not for me, but I'm going to pivot to something else. And there's a little bit less risk, financial risk at least, involved there. So there is that. There's the reality of the system that we operate in. But then also, I think beyond that, let's take that equation away because I don't know where this writer was from. So I'm not going to speak on that too much. But when it comes to school, I went back to school as an adult. I went back to school at 31 years old because under all of this, I went to pastry school and I was a chef for a while, cooking school. And then I decided to go back to school in theater and I hated the program. It was awful.
I don't know if the kids heard that.
Awful. Because I went back as I was 21 years old and here in Quebec, Cégep is 16. So like there was a big gap there in like life experience. So that was not fun. And I dropped out of that. And then I went to school and did my bachelor's in psychology as a 31-year-old, So I personally didn't have a hard time going back to school because I'm a big giant nerd. Okay. So for me, I was like, yay, school. And I loved it. I thrived. It was hard because I worked full time throughout my whole bachelor's degree. But I do think that there is an opportunity as an adult to go back to school and actually appreciate what you're doing and be a little bit more involved. When I went back to university as an adult, I was like, this is what I want to be doing. I know this now. So therefore, the classes that I would pick, I would be invested in them. I would be excited to go to them because I knew where I was going. I knew who I was and I knew what my goal was. So therefore, it made school not a chore anymore. It made school exciting.
Yeah, I think the experience of growing older is knowing yourself better and trying to do better with all of these things that you've learned about yourself. So that means that, like I said, I don't personally think that it's a failure. Even if you can't escape that feeling, it's an opportunity for you to learn. So all of this is just asking you to look at what you want from life and how you want to get there. Because how you get there is also up to you. You have to like what you're doing, at least a little bit. Because let's be real here, school is hard.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you have to like it or have motivation to be doing it. Because some people do jobs that they hate, but they make so much money that they're like, you know what, it's fine because I can go on vacation every second week. Like they're willing to compromise.
yeah, that's what we're saying, is that there's no right answer, because every time you think that you're doing it wrong, there's got to be at least 3,000 other people on the planet who are doing literally exactly the same thing right now, and none of them are dying because of it.
Well, most of them aren't.
Okay, so like a good portion are probably not dying only because of that.
That's the tea.
Bomba.
So we hope that this insight was insightful.
We hope that this help was helpful.
And go forward, either not being a failure or being a failure. But in either case, take the pressure off. It's not worth it because you're going to have to keep moving forward no matter what. So, you know what? Make it more pleasant.
And that's the word of God. How many ways are we going to try to wrap this up with like a quippy little phrase?
You know what? I know what we're going to do to wrap it up. We're going to go to a last question.
Oh, okay.
Of the episode.
Oh.
And this one is a special one. This question is something that we have a monthly all ages drag brunch that we do at the Comedie des Bois here in Montreal. And during the last brunch that we did, I teased to the audience that we were going to be starting our podcast. And it was a sold out show. So we had like 100, I don't know how many people there. It was really fun. And somebody, as a joke, someone was trying to be a smart ass and said, "Why is the sky blue?" So, folks, we are going to answer the question, why is the sky blue? Facts or facts?
This is a science question that she did not prepare me for. So I'm going to do my best. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to need you all to lie.
I need you all to fact check her in the comments.
Shush. Why is the sky blue? Did you research? Did you Google it?
Nope, I already have an answer. You know me.
You have an answer or you have the answer?
I have my answer. The same way I thought that our writer was a failure, I have my own perspective on things.
Yeah, but the sky being blue, I think, is a science thing. So I don't know if your point of view counts.
There's different sciences. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to go second. You go first.
Okay. So, light travels in waves from the sun to our eyes. And in that wavelength, like in the visible light spectrum, there is a part of it that is blue. And when the light passes through our atmosphere, I don't remember exactly if it's the oxygen that does it or if it's some other thing, but when it travels through our atmosphere, it scatters all of the light except the blue wavelength, which is why we see the sky as blue during like most parts of the day. But then when we're rotating around the sun, the light waves come in at a slightly different angle, which is why sunrise and sunset are like red colors, because it disperses all of the wavelengths except the red ones.
Look at you giving us smart people answers. We don't know if they're true, but facts are facts.
That's a fact.
Listen, my answer is not that at all. You see it blue because that's what us as humans can perceive. Because the way that we experience the world is affected by the way that our eyes work for when I'm talking about sight right now, because we're talking about colors. If you smell colors and taste colors,
it's called synesthesia if that happens.
Well, if you see them, not... Sorry, if you see sounds.
If you smell light.
If you smell light.
Or
okay.
you taste it, that's still synesthesia.
You taste it? It is? I thought they all had different names.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, someone let us know. Can you taste the rainbow?
Okay, yeah, exactly. When you can smell light, that's synesthesia. When you can taste light, that's Skittles.
But yeah, basically what I was trying to get to before we...
And this episode's sponsored by Skittles. Taste the rainbow.
Oh, God. But yeah, because that's one of the things that we can perceive. The same way that dogs don't see the same spectrum of light that we do. So we see the blue, but like it's not because it's actually factually blue. It's just that we perceive it as being blue. So therefore, it's only blue because we see it that way. It's a fact.
Like, yes, but I think you're pulling it into a philosophical area that's unnecessary.
You heard it here. Uma hates philosophy.
Sure.
She hates the Greeks.
By that metric, everything is the color it is because that's the color we perceive it to be. So
Yes.
so it is not that color. It is what we perceive. So yes. Perception is 9/10 of the law or whatever.
Yeah.
So we've got two options. You can either take the scientific approach or you can take the philosophical approach.
It's also science, though. It's the science of perception. Look it up. I had classes about it in psychology.
Yeah, well, I had classes about it in 4th grade.
You remember that?
It's the last time I felt good about myself. No.
Oh.
No, that's not true. I feel great today, actually. How you feeling, by the way? We didn't ask them.
Oh. It's not because we don't care. It's because you're not here.
You're not here.
It's not this. Like, listen. Our camera's really beautiful and really cute, but it's not as cute as y'all are. So we're going to pretend that you're here. You can ask them now.
Hello, gorgeous. How are you doing today? Let us know in the comment area.
You're allowed to say bad, because the world.
Although, if you're listening to this podcast on any of the other platforms that is not visual, you are likely not able to leave comments, but you should still subscribe on all the platforms. And if you can't leave us a comment, you can leave us a review. All the cool kids are doing it. I hear Dula Peep is doing it. I hear Dolly Parton leaves reviews. So you can leave us a review. It helps to get the word about this new podcast to spread. So just leave us a review. And what did we want them to do?
Follow us on the socials. Okay, sorry. I don't know where you're trying to go.
Sorry, we were holding... Again, for those of you that can't see us, we were holding space there. We were holding space.
If you want to see us, check out YouTube, House of God. The podcast is there if you're just listening in on us. You can also see us in all of our fabulous drag queen glory. If you're watching this first episode, in the comments, leave OG, because that way we can come back next year and see who the OG followers were and have a little surprise for you.
Yeah, so that way you can like gloat about it. So that way when you're like, oh my God, I knew them like right from the start. I was following and then that way you can go back and you can like find your comment and it'll be dated and it's going to say OG or like I'm an OG or whatever. And you can be like, screenshot.
We would like to thank our official sponsor for the Dear God podcast. And for those of you that are watching visually, you can see we're in a beautiful, beautiful space. We are the Saint Motel here in Montreal, which is a selfie studio, photo studio that you can rent out and come do your pictures and video shoots at. We actually shot some of your Drag Race package here.
Exactly. So you can see this beautiful setting right here, this gorgeous 70s living room. But previously it was the 60s. We've also got other rooms in here. We've got some gothy rooms. We've got some geeky rooms. We've got some royal rooms. You're going to see us in all of them. So if you're feeling fabulous and want a visual record of your amazingness, then come on down to Saint Motel. So that's the Saint Motel in Montreal for all of your selfie and photography needs.
Yes, it's a great space to have a birthday party or just hang out with your girlfriends. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that you had a good time because we sure did.
Yes.
And if you have any questions you'd like us to ask us, and like we said, it can be anything. If you ask about finance, though,
I will not answer anything. I will not answer anything related to finance.
You can ask any question. Go onto our website, houseofgod.com, and you can see all of our stuff there. We have our merch, we have our contact information, whatever you need is all there, including the section for the latest podcast and for you to ask your questions.
Follow us on all the socials so that way you can know about any productions that we're putting on, any shows that we're going to be in, any traveling that we're going to do.
Ooh.
And the best way to support artists is to know where they are and to show up.
Show up!
Buy your tickets in advance, people.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Let's close that on this. Buy your tickets in advance. It makes the life of producers and artists so much less stressful because we feel loved, we feel supported, and we feel appreciated. Thank you.
We love you.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
God bless.